Joining in. We have with us Mr. Kranthi Bathini, Director of Research at Wealth Mill Securities, now with us. Warm welcome, Kranthi. Good to have you with us on the show. Help us understand first up your view. There's been a lot that has happened from the last time that we spoke. Geopolitical tensions, war, a ceasefire, trade talks easing out between US, UK, China. There is still a question mark as to how soon will a trade deal happen with India or not. Earnings season is in the thick of action too. Macro-wise, there is so much of data that's taking place. Inflation is cooling off. Mutual funds data has been positive. How are you looking at all of these developments in respect of markets which have surely but slowly shown some kind of an improvement?
Yes, Sakshi, good afternoon to you and to all the viewers of BtTv. Yeah, markets are forming a base at this point of time. Of course, we have been came out of the geopolitical tensions, and it has been a old story right now to the market. But what market can sense at this point of time is we have a cool off of inflation, which is very positive, and we are at the end of the earnings season, which is a decent earnings season, Sakshi, and the resilience and the results from the mid and small cap stocks has been stellar. Okay, they are meeting the expectations. There are no negative disappointment with respect to the earnings season is concerned. By and large, mid and small caps could able to sustain the momentum in terms of the earnings is concerned. And when we interact with the management, they're quite exuberant and quite sanguine about the coming next couple of quarters also. So by and large, we had a decent earnings season, given the kind of de-escalations what we witnessed also quite positive. And one of the key worry that the Indian government and the administration could able to handle this situation, handle this very sensitive geopolitical issues, how they could able to de-escalate the entire environment, tension environment is a fabulous thing. That's what market has been pondering upon at this point of time. And given the changing narrative of the global scenario, how the trade tariffs and all emerging, that also market is closely observing. By and large, India in the entire global arena, we are at a sweet spot, Sakshi. Any dip on Indian markets at this point of time is definitely a wonderful opportunity for the investors who are looking forward for medium to long term. And foreign portfolio investors who have been making some kind of hue and cry earlier with respect to the valuations also, on a longer term basis, they have convinced the India story right now, despite of the current geopolitical environment. Still, the foreign portfolio investors could able to pump in around more than around $7 to $8 billion in the last fortnight, which is a quite optimistic thing for Indian markets. By and large, Indian markets we are at a sweet spot at this point of time, Sakshi. Definitely, markets are in a
point.
Check the pumps, Sakshi. This is one of the very stellar stock, delivered a decent returns in the last few years, and the stock is in a consolidation phase at this point of time. And given the kind of the last quarter the company had, the results also looks very much promising. So definitely Shakti Pumps, given the kind of the irrigation thing and also the new products they introduced, they looks promising for this company. She can start adding this stock at this point of time for a medium to longer term basis.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question. Veer Pratap and Dhotraki, I will take both your questions together because it is on the FMCG space with Kranthi ji. Veer Pratap wants to know on Marico. Marico abhi buy kar sakte hai nahi, and Dabur also they want to know whether they should be buying at this stage. So FMCG stocks, Marico and Dabur, what is your outlook, sir?
Sakshi, in the last 3 months, Marico could able to show a strong price momentum. The stock could able to recover from the range of 550 to currently trading at 700, which is showing strong resilience in terms of the price action is concerned. And last quarter results are concerned, it shown a strong earning recovery for Marico. So I'll advise the investors to buy Marico at every dips. With respect to Dabur is concerned, it has been a underperforming in the last few quarters. So, in terms of the Dabur is concerned, I'm not in a hurry to buy Dabur. Okay, I'll just wait for some more time for the stock to some more consolidate. Probably, if Dabur is coming to around 400 level, that is the range I could see Dabur at this point of time. But I am not in a hurry to buy Dabur at this point of time.
Okay, hopefully this has answered your query. Mahesh from Hyderabad says, hi, good to see Kranthi sir today on the show. I have one question for you, sir. I'm holding Afcon's Infra at 500 rupees, but I'm currently in losses. Should I continue to hold on or should I switch? What is your advice on Afcon's Infra?
Sakshi, Afcon Infra results are awaited. Okay, given the kind of strong order book execution of this company, which exhibited in the past 15-20 years, this is a promising company in terms of the infra theme is concerned. They're coming up with new projects, the tunneling, and also they have a global portfolio of infra focus is concerned. So both in terms of the infra theme is concerned, Afcon is one of the strong company in terms of the execution capabilities are concerned. Their parent, the Shapoorji Pallonji, have a news of lingering impact of debt, how they are going to solve the debt. That is also one overhang on this company. So he can hold on to the company if the stock would able to sustain about 500. We can see some more rally in the stock. He can hold on. Recently, the stock touched a range of 400 and it is slowly moving towards 500 at this point of time. Wait for the results and the stock to hold on.
Okay, got that. That's the view that's coming in. Let's take another question. This one is from Maurya from Bengaluru. He says, can I please get a view on Cummins India? I have 3,000 call option for the May series on this one. So it's an option call that he's bought for May series, sir. Just a week remaining. What would your suggestion be on Cummins India?
Sakshi, I can't give a comment on derivative
Sure.
derivative call options are concerned, but in terms of the fundamentals of the company is concerned, we are quite optimistic with respect to the fundamentals of the company. The stock is one of the stellar stock performer. And the stock is in a consolidation phase. The stock rallied in the last 3 years from a range of 800 to today at 3,000 level. So for a longer term perspective, any dip in this stock would be a buyer. But for the derivatives, it's not the stock to get into the derivatives because of the kind of a volatility of the stock is concerned. It's a slow moving stock.
Okay, let's take another question. This one is from Harshdeep Kaur, and Harshdeep Kaur wants to know Bajaj Holdings abhi sir lena chahiye ya fir nahi. Let's look at Bajaj Holdings and the current levels of this one as well. At the current levels, it is trading at 13,222. Today there is a 5% dip. In the last 5 days, however, there has been a 10% kind of a move on the stock. Last 6 months also there's been a move on the positive side on the stock, and last 1 year particularly the stock has moved up 62%. So strong moves have come in on Bajaj Holdings, the holding company of Bajaj Group, which are separately also listed. What exactly would your view be, sir, on Bajaj Holdings?
Definitely, Sakshi, any dip for these companies. These companies are long-term strong performance. So any dip, most probably 13,000 is the level to make an entry for this stock. You can hold on into their portfolio if you have a existing stock in the investor's portfolio.
Okay, got that. Satyanarayan wants to know about Jubilant Foods. He says, I'm sitting on the stock with a 26% profit, but I missed the bus when it reached 796. What should I do? Shall I wait or move to some good opportunity? What will you advise on Jubilant Food?
In terms of the QSR is concerned, Sakshi, the stocks have been in a consolidation phase, and recently some kind of uptick what we witnessed in the QSR, especially Jubilant Food Works is concerned. He can hold on to the stock. Most probably he need to look for the level around 700, 750. That can be possible for this stock. He can hold on. Okay. Anything, if the stock closes above 750, we can see some kind of a price action can be expected on this stock.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers. This is Ankur Modi. He says, "Hello, Kranthi sir. Can you please suggest any good multi-bagger ideas for the long term?" So Ankur's quest for multi-bagger ideas continues, and he's requesting you, sir, if you have identified any in the current recovery in the markets.
Sakshi, multi-bagger ideas will not come like that. Okay, it is a exercise and it's a process. You know better than me. So he can look for the themes, emerging themes in the market at this point of time. As earlier we discussed how defense has emerged as a multi-bagger kind of theme. The next theme he can look most probably the theme of semiconductor space. That is a one interesting theme, and it's a larger sustainable theme you can look forward. And also the theme of nuclear power, that is also one of the interesting theme to look forward. There is a lot of changes are taking place in terms of the nuclear power space is concerned. So keep these both the themes on the radar, so he will get some kind of a good multi-bagger opportunities over there.
Okay, got that. I hope, this has helped you out. Let's take another one. We have this question from our viewer. This is Roshan Pradhan, and he wants to know, is there any recommendation on the Nifty Next 50 ETF? Can I go for that one at the current stage, and any recommendation that you would have? A lot of people, Kranthi sir, off late have actually started to invest via ETFs, which actually has also been a smarter way, probably to diversify the risk and take the benefits of lower prices and the momentum, keep investing periodically, just like SIPs in ETFs as well. For Nifty Next 50 ETF, what is the recommendation?
He can add Sakshi Nifty Next 50 ETF is a strong other set of strong proven stocks. So on a longer term basis, definitely given the kind of a advantage Nifty 50 Next 50 offers, definitely he can add as a ETF. He can go for a SIP model or lump sums. Also, he can keep on infusing in next 50 to take the advantage of the broader indices of the market.
ओके चलिए यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल चुकी है. Next we'll take another question, and some of them are actually coming in from our viewers on WhatsApp as well. This is Bhaskar from Gurgaon writing in. He says, hi Sakshi, please do take my query. For sure Bhaskar, we'll try and address your query. Mankind Pharma is what his question is on. 200 shares is what he holds at the rate of 750. He said that I bought it 2 years back in the IPO. Now I want to know whether I should hold on or should I book profits and leave. Well, first we would like to congratulate you, Bhaskar, for getting the IPO or investing in the IPO time, and you've actually seen multifold returns for yourself. Mankind Pharma has turned out to be one of the best performing IPOs in the recent times as well. From 750 all the way up to 2550 is what the current level is. Any suggestion, Kranthi sir, that should he hold on or should he exit with some profits there?
Sakshi, this is one of the stock which have a more domestic centric exposure. The theme is quite strong, and Mankind Pharma is one of the stellar performer post listing. The stock touched a 3000 level. Now it's in a consolidation phase. These quarterly results are due. So if there is any rally in the stock, I would advise the investor to take some profit from the table. Most probably he can take back his capital, and remaining he can stay invested. The strong OTC business, over the counter business for Mankind Pharma is quite strong. Remaining he can hold on.
Okay, got that. Hopefully this has answered your question. Divyansh says, Adani Green में fresh entry के कुछ levels बताइए. How have you looked at Adani stocks of late, sir? And within that, Adani Green, how is that one looking at 1005?
Sakshi, the entire group space has been in a consolidation phase.
Yes.
So after the recent ups and downs for this group, okay, they are forming a base at this point of time. If the investor have a high risk appetite and have a medium to slightly longer term horizon, he can add on to Adani Green at this point of time. These stocks have been having a long consolidation phase. So we can expect some more activity, but At this point of time, the stocks are in a consolidation phase. He can hold on, he can add these companies at dips until unless he have a high risk appetite.
Okay, got that. Let's look at some other questions then. This one is from Veer Pratap. He says, Five-star business finance में क्या अभी buy कर सकते हैं?
Sakshi, with respect to the five-star business finance is concerned, all the we can see what we are witnessing is NBFC space again showing some kind of resilience. In terms of the five-star business is concerned, the last quarter has been a kind of a flattish quarter for this company in terms of the results are concerned. But given the kind of a valuation for this company at this point of time, if you have the high risk appetite, he can try to add at this price range around the 650, 600 range for a time frame of more than 1 year. He can add.
Okay.
So medium to short term, I will avoid this company.
Sure. प्रदीप मिश्रा सेज टाटा मोटर्स के शेयर हैं सर मेरे पास 725 के रेट पर 725 शॉर्ट टर्म में आपका क्या व्यू है फाइनली देयर हैज बीन सम इंचिंग अप फॉर टाटा मोटर्स बट दोज ओनली लुकिंग एट अ शॉर्ट टर्म व्हाट वुड यू एडवाइज
Sakshi, with respect to the short term is concerned, still some kind of positivity is coming back to Tata Motors. The recent treaties of free trade agreement with India and UK definitely helps the Tata Motors. Tata Motors is going to be the key beneficiary. And the recent deal between UK and US also, Tata Motors, the JLR is the key beneficiary. So some kind of positivity is emerging with Tata Motors, and also on a consolidated basis, Tata Motors have become a debt free. So he can hold on Tata Motors if the current price range, if the stock could able to hold on, we can see in the medium to short term 800 level can be possible, but for the long term he can hold on.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This one is from Sanjana Srivastav. She says, I'm from Gurgaon and I want to know on Asian Paints. I have 100 shares at the rate of 2,450. What is a short-term view on that one? Well, Asian Paints has actually had a very tough year. Even when we look at the earnings that have been coming in quarter on quarter, the response in the stock price has also been pretty muted. 23.18 currently for the stock, but those who are looking at it from a short-term view already sitting on slight losses because the price purchase point has been 2450. Currently it's at 2318. What is the view that you'd like to share, sir?
Actually, for short-term Asian Paints, I would avoid in the medium to short term. For a longer-term perspective, also the space is heating up. Sakshi, the competition is going up, but being a market leader, Asian Paint could able to withstand these kind of overhead margin pressures because of their strong distribution network. Still, Asian Paints can command the margins in this industry, but the space has been heating up at this point of time. So on a longer term perspective, any dip on Asian Paints I will add, but definitely avoid for a medium to shorter term.
Got that. Kranthi ji, stay with us. I'm also going to be inviting my colleague Pawan Nahar to join in on the program. There's this new IPO that has come in today. So he's going to be helping us understand everything that all our viewers might want to know. After a long haul, Pawan, good afternoon to you. This IPO has actually come in. It's been rather very muted space in the IPO action throughout 2025. We have been seeing very patchy, IPOs coming in. Finally, we are seeing some action build up. Today, it's Borana Weaves that has opened up. Tell us everything about the company, the price band, what is it that investors can look out for, and what are the suggestions from brokerage houses?
So good afternoon, Sakshi. It is second IPO of FY22, and we had seen Ether IPO in the month of April.
FY26, you mean?
Yes, FY26, sorry. So Borana Weaves IPO, which opens today, and it will close on Thursday, May 22nd. And the company is raising a little less than 145 crore. It's a very small IPO with a retail portion of having only 10%. So around 14.5 crore of shares worth rupees 14.5 crores are reserved for the retail investors. And that is why the retail quota is currently at more than 13 times subscribed. Issue price, it is 205 to 216 rupees with a lot size of 69 equity shares. what the company is doing. So it's a Surat-based company, and it is into the manufacturing of unbleached synthetic gray fabric, which is used in various industries like fashion, textiles, home decor, and interior designs. So these are the major industries that it is catering. What are the key positives for the companies? Shift towards the water jet looms, presence in synthetic textile market, capex and expansion plans are among the key positives of the company, and it has also highest ROEs and ROC return on capital employed amongst the peers. What are the major concerns? So the issue is aggressively priced, and but however it has a very little market shares despite having the good financials, and it is highly dependent on the gray fabric sales business for its revenue, which attributes around 85% of its revenue, and the regional concentration in the market of Surat only. So these are the major concerns for this company, Burana Weaves. Anand Rathi, Bajaj Broking, SBI Securities, Smiths, Lemon Markets, they have all suggested to subscribe this issue for a longer term, while Arihant Capital and SMC Global seems to be neutral on this IPO. Over to you, Sakshi.
Okay. Okay, Pawan, thanks a lot for highlighting all those details for all our viewers. So those keeping a keen eye out on the IPO space, the IPO has opened and all the details have been shared by you. Pawan, now let's quickly look at welcoming back Kranthi Bathini to take a view on Burana Weaves as well. Kranthi, have you been looking at this IPO space, and what about Burana Weaves? Have you studied this one? What is the suggestion that you would want to give to all our viewers?
Sakshi, given the kind of the textile industry, Borana Weavers they operate, it's a highly fragmented industry, but this company could able to manage the margins very well. They have the highest margins, but it's a highly fragmented industry. These kind of companies are IPOs